Hey, what's up, ladies and gentle tubers? Today we're looking back at some of the best drone shots that I've been able to get from 2017. And as a little bit of a tradition here on the eveRide Chan, I take a little time to thank the people that do so much for this channel and wax a little grateful on just a few of the amazing blessings that I have received over the past year. So in no particular order, because they're all very important to me, here are the raddest of gRADitudes from 2017. First, I want to thank my friends Craig and Garrett. It's been awesome to get to know you guys over the last year. Thank you so much for inviting me on your rides, even though I'm a lot slower, and for showing me all these new and amazing riding areas around St. George, for always being willing videographers, and for letting me film you guys and your ever-improving riding skills, and for making me feel like another brother of yours. And I'm so grateful to have met you guys, both of you. It's been an awesome blessing in my life. I have to thank my patrons, every single one of them, past and present, whether it was just for a month or whether that patronage is ongoing. Not many people willingly give money that they worked really hard to get to keep channels like mine alive, or to be a patron for things that they enjoy, that they know they could get for free. But it's because of these patrons and the gentle deucers that this channel continues to exist at all. Everything that you see on these videos, from the bikes and the parts and the gas that goes through the carburetors, and everything that you see that's used to make the videos, from the drone shots that you see right now to the computer and the software that I use, all of that is a direct result of the willingness of the few to give just a little so that the many can enjoy these things for nothing. Not only do the patrons and the gentle deucers make the channel financially viable, but the feedback that they give in the comments and the surveys and the focus groups and the encouragement that I've received through private messages from you guys is worth vaults of gold. So a tremendous thanks to my patrons. I really love you guys. There's not a day that goes by that I don't feel a debt of gratitude for your kindness, and these videos are made for you. So next is to the people who still use the links to shop through eveRide.org, who have purchased eveRide shirts and who continue to get their moto parts through the links in the descriptions of my videos, even though they haven't been updated in a long time. And even though that I've been terrible at fulfilling my end of the deal and getting stickers out this year, I've kind of questioned whether the investments of my time and my money to create and send those stickers is even worth it anymore. But I do realize that I made a promise, and I need to be true to that promise. So even if it results in a financial loss, stay tuned to the channel for more information in a future video about free stickers, because I need to do those again. So thank you for doing that. I need to thank my kids, who really don't know it yet, but they probably teach me more about humility and forgiveness and happiness and persistence than I could ever teach them. They motivate me to work harder and smarter, so that I work hard to enjoy them while they're young. They've been a huge motivator to work and to be intelligent with my time, so that I can spend as much time with them as possible. They help me to prioritize everything, and they are a driving force to get me functioning when I'm depressed, and I love them in a capacity that I've never experienced before. So to my 3 little kids, thank you guys, and I love you so much. And on the family vein, I have to thank my grandfather and my parents for the enormous support that they've shown this last year. My parents have been a great example of service and sacrifice and charity, and I'm so grateful that they tune into this stuff, and so grateful for that they even listen and that they're fans. And a huge thank you, so much gratitude to my grandpa for believing in this business, for believing in it so much that he would invest in my ideas, and for helping my family and I to move into a safe neighborhood that my kids can ride their bikes around and have good friends, and for helping us to buy this home that I'll openly admit that without him we could have never gotten into on our own. So it's a home where we have room with space in the garage for motorcycles, and a basement apartment that we we're able to make into the Moto Mansion so that this weird business can thrive in other ways than just videos. So thank you, Grandpa. And family doesn't just mean blood to me. I'm grateful for friends who I would really happily call family. Thank you to Kurt for opening your home to me for a week and being a good friend and a dreamer, and more than a dreamer, a doer, somebody who does. And for being a voice of reason, and for putting up with me for longer than any person should have to. Thank you to Greg the Hoxie for letting me borrow your sweet motorcycle, and for your friendship that, even though it's kind of distant, I still value as one of my first true motorcycle buddies. A huge thank you to Ryan, aka Nest Up Productions, for managing the entire eveRide Instagram account for the better part of 2017. He was in charge. He has been such a great friend to me. He's been a great example of persistence through adversity. He's been a great person that I've been able to confide in. He's been a good listening ear when, at times when I felt really low. He's just been a great friend. A huge thanks to Damon and Tyler, as always, for their continued friendship, even though we don't get to ride so much anymore, and I miss that like crazy. But I'm grateful for their example of kindness in action, and for basically making this channel what it is today by rebuilding the DRZ all those years ago. The channel wouldn't exist without that kindness that they showed. A huge thanks to Jeff and to Hermit for inviting me to their beautiful riding areas, for your humor and for your genuine friendship, and for hours upon hours of free app development and tech support over Google chat. So thank you guys. A big thanks to Gabe, aka Frickin' Jim, for his willingness to work on the bikes for me sometimes, and for teaching me how to ride again the correct way, and for being an excellent and exciting rider to film. Thanks to my good friend Shin for the mechanical help, and for the perpetual smile and the jokes and the slaps on the back to remind me that I don't have to take things so seriously all the time. A huge thanks to Jesse, aka Geomoto, for hosting the awesome Flying Monkey Rally that gets me out of my comfort zone. For a good friendship, for including me in your business ideas that I'm probably way too dumb to ever be an effective contribution, but you include me anyway, and for never giving up on calling, even though I almost never answer the phone, and even when I do, I probably understand 20% of what you're saying to me, but thank you for not giving up. And thank you to Luke from Moto Mancation for opening up new opportunities in this venture, and for not giving up on communicating with me, even though it might take me a long time to respond. And a huge thanks to Josh, aka Kaya9, for creating and managing and maintaining the eveRide website. That website has been the gateway for so many opportunities for me, and I'm sure this business just wouldn't be what it is right now without you and your help and your friendship. So thank you, Josh. Also, an enormous thanks to Mark Gunnison for being a great friend, a great person to bounce ideas off of, and probably the best tax guy in the world. Thank you so much, Mark, for always helping me out. Thank you to Al and Will and Ted and Rick and Greg for basically coming down and being the test subjects for the micro rally. It was awesome to meet you guys, and thank you so much for your feedback and for coming down and letting me test this whole idea on you guys. That means a lot. And finally, a huge thanks to John Hartsfield, who a few years ago, he basically pulled a Good Samaritan on me, and without expecting anything in return, he gave me so much when I literally had nothing. And I haven't forgotten that gesture, and I want to let you know that I'll forever follow your example of pure Christ-like love and charity. And I'll continue to pay that forward to the needy in the street, in tithes, in humanitarian aid, and to worthwhile charities every year. And I will think of your kindness when I do. So thank you so much, John. I'll never forget that. That was such a huge thing in my life. I'm grateful for modern medicine. This last year has held some pretty difficult times for my body and my mind, but I'm grateful for doctors and medicines and surgeons that help me to recover and to continue to enjoy the things that I love to do. It's sometimes frustrating to know that I'm totally dependent on medicine to function on a social and an emotional level, but when I go without them, it doesn't take very long to appreciate just what a blessing that the medicine and the therapy and the treatment plans truly are. I'm grateful for YouTube for providing this platform. I think every creator right now has some gripes about YouTube, and I'm no different. But I am grateful for the opportunity to be found by you guys, by such a wonderful audience. And in a way that I'm grateful that, even though it's probably unintentional on YouTube's part, they are pushing creators to find new ways to pursue their passions and to work harder and smarter and kind of, not weeding out, but just pushing people past their comfort zone, I think, to pursue their passions. I'm so grateful for this country and for the public servants who make it a beautiful and a peaceful and a free place to live. I know there's terrible things that happen, but for the most part, this country is filled with wonderful, beautiful, kind, loving people. I'm grateful for our men and women in uniform, both here at home and overseas, who rush to danger. I'm grateful for teachers, I'm grateful for rescuers, and I'm even grateful for our elected leaders on both sides of the political aisle, just so long as they do their best for the people that they represent and not for themselves. And finally, an enormous thanks to my wife Jessie for believing in me all this time, for encouraging me to keep going, for picking me up when I'm low, for taking such good care of my sweet kids and teaching them how to be good people. She does an enormous amount of work behind the scenes to make this whole thing run smoothly. I couldn't do it without you, Jess, and everybody watching this needs to know that my wife is probably more critical to this channel than I am. Jess, you are my anchor, you're my best friend, you are the girl of my dreams, and so much more to me that words just can't express. So thank you for staying with me. And it's pretty rare because this is a channel about motorcycles and not religion. And, in this day and age, it seems like somebody's going to get offended by something that somebody says no matter what. And it may cost me subscribers, it may get some nasty comments, it may lose patrons, it may get this video flagged by YouTube as hate speech or some garbage like that. But I do feel that at least once a year, I should very publicly acknowledge and thank my Savior Jesus Christ for his example, for his sacrifice, for his love, and for everything that I'm blessed with in this life. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and he is the only way that we can be saved. And it's through his example of love and by following his teachings and his commandments that I find true happiness in this life. So, thank you. And finally, I want to thank you guys for watching, always. Thank you for your comments, your encouragement, your time, and your examples that inspire me to get out in my darkest days, to go and see the world, and to live an adventure-filled life. Much love, you guys. eveRide out.